Oliver, Christy, hi, it's Glenn. This is the heater for the Erlenmeyer flask. I've got two 500 milliliter Erlenmeyer flasks because I couldn't find a 1 liter Erlenmeyer flask. But for that reason, I also have two of the heaters. The heaters also have a stirring function. This is the heat, this is the stirring. This is the power cord. There's one of these for each of the heaters. This is the pipette. I have brought you the 10 milliliter pipette. It has graduations in case you want to pipette something less than 10 milliliters. I also brought you a spare in case you need to do more than one chemical and you don't want to be washing the pipette in between chemicals. This is the pipette pump. I brought you a spare in case you get chemical in here. If you get some chemicals in here, then you gotta not use the pump. I can wash it out for you with solvents, but you gotta use a clean and dry pump all the time. This is how you use the pump. You affix the pump to the back end of the pipette, and you affix it securely, and then this roller is the uptake, all right? And this lever is the gravity release. So the liquid will come out by gravity when you press that lever. Now, Oliver, it's important for you to touch the tip to the side of the container, the target container, as you gravity release. And the reason for that is, if you don't do that, then you might have a drop, half of a drop hanging off of the tip, and then if that drop doesn't get into your liquid, then your aliquot or your measurement was not, it wasn't, if you had intended to put 10 milliliters in here, you didn't put 10 milliliters in here. You put something less than 10 milliliters. And it's very important that you do not touch the bulk liquid with your pipette. And the reason for that is, if you touch the bulk liquid of your target container with your pipette, then some of that liquid is going to stick to the outside of the pipette. When you remove the pipette, well, you've just removed some liquid. So you do not have 10.00 milliliters in here anymore. Maybe you have 9.99 milliliters. You know what I'm saying? So this pipette, this is, sometimes they say what the precision is on the wall of the pipette. I don't see that here. This is graduated to tenths of milliliters, so I think you can assume that the precision is down to the hundredths of milliliters. Right, so that's how you use the pipette. Now, the reason why you should not release liquid by rolling the roller in reverse is because if you roll the roller completely down in reverse, then you might expel the liquid that is inside the tip. So this pipette is designed to deliver. Let me show you what that, see, it says TD there. You see that TD? This pipette is designed TD, to deliver whatever measurement you wanted. And in such an instrument, a small amount of liquid inside the tip, not outside, but inside the tip of the pipette, is counted as in the measurement. So if you empty this pipette and it is completely empty, then you didn't deliver 10 milliliters. You delivered 10.0 something milliliters, because the little fraction of a drop inside the tip, not hanging off, but inside the tip, needs to stay in this tip if you want to be delivering accurate volumes, okay? This is your evaporating dish. This black plastic box contains your separatory funnel, which is listed as liquid extraction apparatus. So the separatory funnel is this pear-shaped thing, all right? And the way you use it is you close the stopcock. You might have to tighten it. I think it's a screw, it's a nut here that tightens. Actually, let me just tighten it for you right now. Okay, so this is closed, and then you fill this with your mixture, and then if you needed to mix it, there's a stopper in here whereby you could do that. There's a, here we are. Actually, I'm not sure where the stopper is that will allow you to shake this around. Oh, here it is, here it is. So this is the stopper that fits the separatory funnel. so that you can shake something around in here. So the technique is kind of important for your safety, all right? So if you needed to mix something in here, for example, you had to add some salt as a drying agent to remove water from the crude oil or something like that. You would put everything in here, and then, well, actually, you wouldn't put a solid in here. So if you had to add water or oil or hexane or some other solvent to your crude oil, you would put everything in here, you would put the stopper on, and then with a gloved hand, and perhaps even a double gloved hand, you would shake this, right? So you can turn it upside down and right side up gently. If you shake it hard, you run into the possibility of forming an emulsion. So the purpose of the separatory funnel, of course, is to separate two liquids. But if you shake it hard and you form an emulsion, you might have a layer in here which is not separable, meaning it's two liquids that normally don't mix. They actually have mixed, just in a very thin layer. So to avoid that, you don't shake hard. You just invert and revert several times, many times preferably, just very, very gently. You try not to cause bubbles. All right, but the safety part here is that every time you invert and revert, is sometimes if you have something volatile in here, such as maybe chloroform or dichloromethane, you've got to release the pressure. And if there's something volatile in here, with agitation, it's going to volatilize. It's going to vaporize. So you got to release that. If you don't release it, then after maybe 10 shakes, it's going to release by itself. It's going to push this off, and it's going to spray in your face. So every few times, you got to release any gases that have come out of the solution, or any solvent vapors that have vaporized. All right, so that's important. Once you've mixed it to your satisfaction, you hang this on a stand. So I've got a stand in here. So there's a stand right here, and you put an iron ring on this stand. Now, it occurs to me now that I have forgotten the iron ring. So I will bring the iron ring or some similar device tomorrow night for you. And then you will hang this inside of some circular hole, like a ring, and then you will release the liquid until one of the components of the mixture is gone, and then you will stop. Right? So that way you will have separated the bottom layer from the top layer. And if you have 3 layers, you could do it again. Right? You can just keep on doing that until your layers are all separate. Okay, so the next item. So let me put this away and put this lid back in here. I do not think that you will be needing the rest of the items in this kit, but I'd like to keep this kit together so the pieces don't break or anything like that. I just don't have a better way of transporting that separatory funnel. All right, so the rest of this stuff, this is a wash bottle. If you needed water or something, here you go. This wash bottle is for ethanol. If you wanted to use this for something else, that's okay. You just put a piece of tape here and write down on here exactly what you have in here. It's important that you label these things, Oliver, because if somebody comes into your lab area and knocks something over, they need to know what that was, all right? This is your Bunsen burner. It's not a Bunsen burner. This is a butane burner. The butane flame is hotter than the Bunsen burner flame. The Bunsen burner burns methane. The butane burner burns butane. So this is how you use it. You turn on the gas, and then you click the piezoelectric lighter. You click the light. You click the. Okay, something's wrong here. Let me prop the phone up here. All right, so you turn on the gas, and you click the lighter. You click the. Okay, I'm not sure why that's not clicking. Maybe that was damaged. Let's try this one. So you turn on the gas, and then you click the lighter. Now, there you go. All right, so there is your flame. Now, if you need to adjust, this flame is not really adjustable. So if you need an adjustable flame, then please notify me. And I will bring you a propane burner instead with a more adjustable flame. All right? Now, if So obviously one of these works and one of these doesn't. So you should use the one that works, of course. I think what happened here is that the spark element is too far from the rest. So this somehow got bent upwards. What if I bend it back down? All right, so yeah, there we go. So now they both work. All right, so whoa, try not to do what I just did. I just burned some of my plastic there. All right, so if you need more butane, because you've used all the butane, got an extra butane tank here for you. This is how you use it. You open it, and then see this stem? This stem fits into that nipple, all right? And you know that butane is entering the device because as you hold the device, it becomes cold, all right? Now, this is quite primitive because as you fill this with butane, you always get some spilling, all right? So let me see if I can get this, all right. So you always get some spilling. As you can see, it's very spilly. It's very leaky. It's kind of like the SR-71. Here, let me, ow. All right, so it's best to do it, it's best to allow gravity to help you, like so, but it's still very leaky. Now, as this becomes cold, I mean, as this fills up, this will become cold because the butane, the butane is under pressure here, and then as it exits, as it diffuses from here, it becomes a gas. See the gas. So this is the liquid absorbs a whole bunch of heat to become a gas, and that's why it becomes cold. But then once the gas is in here, it's under pressure again, and so it becomes liquid again. But anyways, you'll know when this is full because the spilling will increase. So when a lot spills out instead of just a little, then it's full, okay? Very primitive. Sorry that it's so primitive, but that's the best that I could find of a portable nature. The second option is the propane. Propane requires a propane tank. You can't, I mean, it wouldn't be like this. It would be an actual propane tank connected to a Bunsen burner with a check valve. Just rather not bring all that. Now these are your test tubes. All right, if you need something, so you mentioned 1 milliliter. These are 8 milliliter. These are your test tube racks. All right, so you mentioned 50 places. These are 40 places, so I brought 2 of them. Oh, here's the iron ring, but actually this iron ring is too large, so I'll just take this back. This is for the separatory funnel. I need to bring you a smaller iron ring. Sorry, I forgot to replace that. Okay, so I think that's all. Oh, wait, you needed also a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. This is a 10 milliliter graduated cylinder. Now you see this is TC. You see this is TC? That means this is designed to contain an accurate amount of liquid. It is not designed for you fill this up and then you dispense. That's not what it's designed for. It's designed for you fill this up and then see how much you got in here. That's what it's designed for. All right. So if you want to dispense liquid accurately, you got to use the pipette, the TD, the to deliver pipette. If you want to measure the volume of a liquid accurately, you get to use the graduated cylinder. And there are 2 other things that I didn't bring today, and that's the crude oil and the magnetic stir bars. You wanted a long magnetic stir bar and a short magnetic stir bar. Sorry about that. I forgot about the stir bars. I couldn't find the crude oil in my storage area today, but I'm going to try again tomorrow, and I think I could bring it tomorrow night. If not, I'll let you know, and I'll tell you how long it takes eBay to get it for me. All right, thank you.